Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about dividing decimals. We did our notes yesterday, did a little intro. Now we're going to kick it up a notch to see if we can add a couple more digits in there to make sure you're understanding how to divide decimals. So remember from our notes from yesterday, your divisor, which is your outside number, cannot have a decimal. It has to be a whole number. In order to make it a whole number, you have to move your decimal, which is the ball, kick the ball to the wall in order to make it a whole number. Whenever you move on the outside, you have to also do on the inside to the dividend, okay? So those were our notes from yesterday. We're gonna continue from there, but kicking it up a notch. So let's do some practice. Let me switch my screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have 4 practice problems that we're gonna do, and then you're gonna go back and do your work for today. So dividing decimals. So remember, how you say it is how you write it. I have 12.2 divided by 3.4. So 12.2 divided by 3.4. Again, I cannot have a decimal as a divisor. I have to move my ball, which is my decimal, to the wall. So I have done that by moving it one spot. Because I moved it one spot on the outside, I must also move it one spot on the inside. And then that comes up to our quotient, where our answer will be. Now I'm going to rewrite this because I want this a little bit prettier. So let me leave myself a little space. So now it's going to be 34 on the outside. And on the inside, I'm going to have 129.2. Make sure I bring my decimal up. Now I'm going to divide like normal. 34 cannot go into 1. You can either put a 0 or an X. I like an X. 34 cannot go into 12. So we're going to start at 129. I don't know how many times 34 will go into 129, so I need to do some scratch work. Let's start with 3. 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. That's pretty close. Let's go one higher. 34 times 4. 4 times 4, 16. 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Yeah, so too much. So I need to stick with the 3. So I'm going to put my 3 here. 3 times 34, we said we got 102. So let's subtract that. 9 from 2, 7. 2 from 0, and then 1 from 1 is 0. Bring down my next number. All right, so that's quite big. I stopped at 4, so let's jump up to 6. Let's see if 6 will give us what we need. 6 times 4 is 24, carry our 2. 6 times 3 is 18, 19, 20. Closer. So let's do 8. 34 times 8. 8 times 4, 32. 8 times 3, 24, plus 3, 27. Got exactly 272. So I'm going to go ahead and put my 8 here. I'm going to subtract. I have nothing left over. Notice, ladies and gentlemen, I have done scratch work, paper, pencil. Funny how that works out. So our final answer, if we look at the top, is 3.8. So I'm going to put 3.8 as my final answer here. All right, let's do number 2. Remember, how you say it is how you write it. So we have 22.47 divided by 0.7. Again, I can't have a decimal as my divisor, so I'm going to kick the ball to the wall and do the same thing underneath. Going to rewrite it so it looks a little bit prettier. So this is now a 7 on the outside. And on the inside, we're going to have 224.7, and make sure I bring my decimal up. All right, 7 cannot go into 2. 7 can go into 22, almost, 3 times. 7 times 3 will give us 21, with 1 left over. Bring down our next number. 7 times 2 will give us 14, 0 left over. Bring down our last number, which is a 7. 7 times 1 will give us 7, 0 left over. So at the top has our answer, 32.1. 32.1. Okay? All right, let's look at another one. Again, how we say it is how we write it. 0.025 divided by 0.5. Sorry, switched it in. Can't have a decimal as my divisor, so I'm going to kick the ball to the wall, do the same thing underneath. Okay? Now I'm going to rewrite it. 5 on the outside. Now, because these are zeros, I can actually just ignore those and just start where my decimal is. 0.25. All right, so 5 will not go into 2. 5 will go into 25 5 times. 0 left over. Now, remember, I told you you can either put an X or you can put a 0, right? So, our final answer here is going to be 0.05. You might be like, Miss, where'd you get that 0? Well, there was a 0 right here. You can put it or not put it. It will not change your answer. All right, last one, ladies and gentlemen, together. 7.224 divided by 0.08. Cannot have a decimal for my divisor, so I'm going to kick the ball. 1, 2. Same thing on the inside. 1, 2. I'm going to rewrite my problem. I now have 8 on the outside, and then 722.4. Divide like normal. 8 cannot go into 7. It will go into 72 9 times. Eight cannot go into 2, so I'm going to put a 0. Bring on the next number. It will go into 24 3 times. 3 times 3 is 24. So our final answer will be 90.3. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was our practice for multiplying, dividing decimal by decimal. Hopefully you were taking good notes. Notice all the work that I had to do. So there's no way that you should be able to finish this in 1 or 2 minutes without having done work like I have, okay? You're going to go back to the folder and you're going to click on the assignment today, and you have 4 problems, just like we did here, that you're going to have to divide. If you have any questions, please please email me and I'll be happy to help you. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye.